Right, today I'm just going to show you how to make perfect handmade chips, hand-cut British chips from potatoes. None of this bag stuff. Right, now I've got to tell you two things first of all. Okay, the best possible chips you can have with fish are from a chip shop, fish and chip shop. You can't make anything that matches it at home. Okay, and they've got to be beef dripping ideally. But the texture's only right then. Okay, same as you can't really deep fry a piece of fish in quite the same way. Okay, with that aside, next thing, so if you're going to have a steak or something, to make good chips, you want to go Belgian style. Okay, the ideal thing is you get your potatoes, you chop them up, you parboil them, you leave them to cool, then you give them a first fry, let them cool, give them a second fry. Okay. Beautiful, cooked through, fluffy, crispy and so on. Okay, you can even give them a third fry if you like. It's important to use the right sort of potatoes. Right, so I've been out to Lidl. I've got myself some Maris Piper or Mary Piper potatoes. Okay, these are a good one for chips. Okay, there's some Albert Bartlett's as well, but they were double the price. So I went for the Mary Piper. So choose yourself a nice decent sized potato. I always go for the biggest ones in a pack for making chips, okay, because then I can have longer chips. Peel it, use a potato peeler to do that. There you go, how to suck eggs as well in my recipe. Then cut your chips. Now what you're looking for, okay, if you're doing something that's like a chip shop meal, is go for chip shop size chips. You know, if I do French fries, this ain't going to work, okay. If I do them too fat, then it ain't going to work. Okay, so I've gone for chip shop style. And I'll tell you something else, right? When you go to one of these restaurants and it's all poncy together, hand-cut chips. It's like, well, and? You mean you can't afford machines to cut them? Come on, doesn't make them any better. So while your kettle is boiling up, he said shout, because it sounds like a tornado taking off to bomb Afghanistan right now. Rinse off your chipped up potatoes, right? See all that sort of like starchy water in there? We want to get rid of that. I'm not actually sure why, but I gather it's fairly important. And then what I'll do is I'll drain that off in my colander I used earlier for the patties, draining the mince first and then the potatoes. And then I'm going to start with the first boil. Right, so the boiling water has gone in with a good glug of salt. Glug being the wrong word because glug is like something you do with oil, but anyway, a good amount of salt. So that's on full power now to heat up, and then I'll turn that down. So don't cover your pans totally. You want to have it covered so it heats up quicker, but if you totally do it, it's all going to boil over. But we're going to get that going and give it a parboil, so we're not boiling it to death. Okay, so it's been about 7 minutes and they're ready. I can just make a slight hole without too much pressure in them, so it's time to take them out, stick them in a colander, drain them off and cool them down. So I cooled the chips down with some cold water and then left them to sit in the sink in the colander. I'm now going to pop them away in the fridge because I don't need them till this evening. Hopefully they won't go all black from the starch, it should be alright, but they're ready to go in the fryer for the first fry. Right, here we go. Now look at that. They're starting to bubble up ever so slightly. They're still nice and pale. Okay, we're going to take them out now. Alright. Now, because they've been parboiled and now fried a little bit, they're probably cooked in effect, but they're not what we want. But let's just have a little look closer. See that? That's about where we want it out. We're going to leave them now to cool. Except for that one. So we're going to put the chips back in for their second lot. There's a load of batter in there because I've done my patty supper, so I've done my Orcadian patties in there. So that'll be just like being at the chippy with our chips and scraps. So there we go. We're going to brown them off. Chips look, oh look at that. Golden brown, texture like sun, lays me down, with my mind she runs throughout the night. No need to fight, never a frown, with golden brown. Let them drip down a little bit, and then, yeah. And here come the chips, and they look fantastic. Look at that. Bit of salt, bit of vinegar. Oh, we've got the scraps on as well. Look, girls.
Chip looks rubbish.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, the chips look really good.
Do
Do you peel the sponge?
You gonna try one?
Them yourself?
Yep. Yeah, I'll let you sit through the 20 minutes of the video if you like.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's the only one you're allowed.
Yeah.
Because you lost all that weight and look amazing. But you said, I'm not having any chips, so I haven't made you any.